Hello everybody! This is the first vocabulary session for EYFS for the spring term 2021. Across the school we use the Rising Stars vocabulary scheme and we usually start this after Christmas in the reception year. This scheme involves introducing children to lists of words each week or each fortnight and encouraging them to use them in their conversation to extend their vocabulary. The focus words we're going to think about this week are small, huge, tiny, large, big, smaller and larger. Have you heard any of these words before? If you have, do you think you could explain what they mean or use them in a sentence? What's similar about all of these words? What do you use them for? Well done if you said that you could use them to compare size. We're going to be hearing these words in a familiar story today. I'm going to read you a poem now, and I'd like you to listen out for any of those vocabulary words that I just read in our list for the week. If you hear them, put your hand on your head or tap your adult to let them know that you've heard them. The Goldilocks song. When Goldilocks went to the house of the bears, oh, what did her blue eyes see? A bowl that was huge, a bowl that was small, a bowl that was tiny, and that's not all. She counted them 1, 2, 3. When Goldilocks went to the house of the bears, oh, what did her 2 eyes see? A chair that was huge, a chair that was small, a chair that was tiny, and that's not all. She counted them 1, 2, 3. When Goldilocks went to the house of the bears, oh, what did her 2 eyes see? A bed that was huge, a bed that was small, a bed that was tiny, and that's not all. She counted them 1, 2, 3. When Goldilocks ran from the house of the bears, oh, what did her 2 eyes see? A bear that was huge, a bear that was small, a bear that was tiny, and that's not all. They growled at her, grrr, grrr, grrr. Did you hear any of our vocabulary words as I was reading? Well done if you did. Can you think about when they were used and what they were used to describe? At school, we would usually try learning that poem, that song, and putting actions to it. So you might want to listen back to the parts that I just read and see if you can do that at home. Then when you're ready, keep on listening to the video, and I'm going to tell you the story of Goldilocks and the 3 bears. Goldilocks and the 3 bears. Once upon a time, Goldilocks went to the house of the 3 bears. She peeked inside. The bears were out. Goldilocks saw 3 bowls of porridge. The first bowl of porridge was too hot. The second bowl was too cold. The last bowl was perfect. Goldilocks ate it all. Goldilocks saw 3 chairs. The first chair was too high. The second chair was too low. The last chair was perfect. The chair broke. Goldilocks saw 3 beds. The first bed was too hard. The second bed was too soft. The last bed was perfect. The 3 bears came home. "Somebody has been eating my porridge," said Papa Bear. "And mine," said Mamma Bear. "Somebody has eaten mine all up," cried Little Bear. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair," said Papa Bear. "And mine," said Mamma Bear. "Somebody has broken mine," cried Little Bear. The bears went upstairs. "Somebody has been sleeping in my bed," said Papa Bear. "And mine," said Mamma Bear. Somebody is still in my bed, cried Little Bear. Goldilocks woke up. Goldilocks ran all the way home. She never went to the house of the 3 bears again. Had you heard that story before? Perhaps you'd heard a slightly different retelling of that traditional tale. When I was reading this story, did you hear any of our vocabulary words? Or maybe you heard me talk about some things that you could use the words to describe. Pause the video now and talk about the words with your adult before we move on to our final activity. How do we talk about size? Remember at the beginning of this session, I said that our words could be used to compare the size of different things. Here I've got the words tiny, small, large and huge. And I've also got 4 animals. What animals can you see? Well done if you said that there is a cow, a fish, a duck and an elephant. You might also have said that you can see an owl, but he's just watching today. I would like you to pause this video and look at the animals, the cow, the fish, the duck and the elephant, and decide where you would like to place them. Your adults can help you with this to remind you that the words that we have are tiny, small, large and huge. When you've decided where each animal should go, perhaps you could try to think of other animals that could fit in the box with them. So what animals can you think of that are similar size to a cow or to a goldfish? Adults, at school we'd often do this by getting pictures of lots of different animals and then challenging children to put them into size order. We would then get the words that we're using, tiny, small, large, huge, and other words that we can use to describe comparative size, and challenge them to put those words in order. This might be something you'd like to try to do at home. I'd love to hear about what you think about these animals and whether they're tiny, small, large and huge. And I'd definitely like to hear if you have any other ideas of animals that we could compare with these words. When you've had a good go at this, press play and we'll finish the session together. Can you use the focus words from our session today in your own sentences? Perhaps you could think of other things that you could describe using these words, or you could try to give definitions, so explain what the words mean. It's fun to play around with language, and so try to use this vocabulary in exciting ways. Perhaps you could challenge your adult to see who could find the funniest sentences using these words. And I definitely would love to hear them, and so would Miss Goff. So please do send any of your ideas to us through Class Dojo. Have a great day, everybody.